In this video, we're talking about a crime in Arizona known as possession of burglary tools. This is different than another offense of burglary. It's when a person has some sort of tools or some object or some instrument that is being used in the commission of a burglary. The government, the prosecutors, and police will charge an individual with a whole separate crime. So not only the underlying burglary, but also possession of burglary tools. So let's see what the law says about that. We'll talk about what the penalties are, and then we'll talk about what you need to do if you've been charged with possession of burglary tools. So first and foremost, the statute is defined by 13-1505. It comes before the other burglary charges, and it says that possession of burglary tools can be one of two things. One, it's possessing any explosive, tool, instrument, etc., anything that's commonly used in burglary. So this could be bump keys, this could be anything used to jimmy open a window or a car door, and it needs to be used, or it needs to be in possession with the intent to be used in the burglary. So if it has a separate purpose, if it's something that is not going to be used in a burglary, then it's probably not going to be a burglary tool. But if it is something that is commonly used in burglaries and there's some indicators or indicia that that specific object was going to be used in a burglary, it's going to meet this element. The other way that you can be charged with possession of burglary tools, if you're possessing, buying, selling, somehow obtaining a motor vehicle manipulation key, sometimes called bump keys, or a master key. So if you've got keys that have been specifically manufactured to be able to open and get into cars, just simply being in possession of that or buying or selling those is going to be a felony. It's possession of burglary tools is the statute. It's governed under the statute here. There are exceptions for this part of the statute. So obviously if you're a locksmith, if you're somebody whose profession requires you to pick locks or to sell these things or help people get access to those things, that's a legitimate purpose. It's not something that is being used for the intent to commit a burglary. So you can see here, this doesn't have the intending to commit a burglary. Down here, it's just simply being in possession of it. But there's an exception for that. If you have a legitimate purpose to have a manipulation key or a master key, there's some justifiable reason for that, it's not going to be considered possession of burglary tools. Some other exceptions, but this is the big one. So this offense in Arizona is a felony. As I said, it is something that needs to be taken seriously. You can lose your right to vote, lose your right to have firearms, you can be on probation, you could actually go to prison based on this charge alone, so it's something that needs to be addressed properly. Now, in Arizona, we have different classes of felony offenses. Class 2 is the most serious, Class 6 is the least serious. All of these charges are down here at the least serious end of the spectrum. They're Class 6 felonies. We often don't see these alone by themselves. Most of the time, people are charged with other burglary crimes. Other burglary crimes like a Class 3, burglary in the third degree is a Class 4. We have Class 3s, burglary in the second degrees, and burglary in the first degrees are both Class 3s and Class 2s, depending on whether it was residential or not. So you can see people are charged with these three different classes, then they'll tack on a Class 6 felony for the burglary tools possession. Obviously, if you've been charged with burglary tools, you're going to need counsel. Give us a call. We offer free case evaluations. We'll sit down with you. We'll talk about the very specific facts of your case. Make sure you understand the court that you've been cited into. Make sure you understand how the process works, and then ensure that you have a good plan moving forward so you don't have to worry about getting convicted of any of these felonies. We look forward to speaking with you soon. Call us for a free case evaluation. Want to wish you the best of luck and say thanks for watching.